Greetings and bienvenue, MITZU. Thank you for returning to this broadcast, and welcome to new viewers joining us for the first time. If you like a video, then feel free to subscribe.
Reality glitch thread. Ever crash into a car only to suddenly be driving perfectly again? Be sunny outside, then suddenly night? Tell your story.
One experience 12 years ago that was not only confusing from a sense of reality, but also terrifying at the time. B16, coming home from my friend's house. Very short walk, just around the corner in a pretty wide open area. From growing up in a sketchy area to joining outdoor survival groups, I have a habit of paying attention to my entire surroundings. There is no way I wouldn't notice another person coming from any direction. Walk home with nothing out of the ordinary. The front door is directly into the rec room, which had a large 4x5-foot picture window next to the front door. Turn to shut the door, now facing the corner of the window. There's some guy there, just standing at the end of the driveway. He kind of looked like Tommy Dreamer or Julian from Trailer Park Boys, but wearing a black trench coat. Found it unpleasant that he just appeared seemingly from nowhere. There was nobody in any direction during my walk. Next thing I know, he has this horrifying, malevolent grin on his face. It's like a combination of a 1,000-yard stare with a seemingly physically impossible ear-to-ear grin. Pick-related is the closest I could find to what I'm describing. Thing is, I never took my eyes off him the entire time. No smile formed. There was no gradual change to the expression on his face. One frame of reality, he was just blankly staring, and the next frame, that grin. I screamed a booming, "What the fuck?" that woke my napping mother. She comes rushing down the stairs thinking I'm hurt or dying. I'm still staring at that grin. He's like a statue. She's freaking out, yelling what's going on. I break concentration for a mere second to look at her. No words other than, "That fucking guy," and just point. There's nobody there. I run out on the front porch, nobody in the yard. Run around the house, nobody up or down the road. Had to prove I wasn't on drugs after it. Never experienced anything else weird, but that still freaks me out.
This reminded me of something. Be a little kid at my babysitter's, with my sister and the babysitter's son. He starts talking about a haunted property where a crazy old man lives that you can get to after walking through the woods. We walk to the edge of his property, and he has a scarecrow in his backyard with a pumpkin jack-o'-lantern head. We start talking about how evil the scarecrow looked. Right afterwards, the mouth on the pumpkin slowly moves upwards into a Grinch-like ear-to-ear smile. Wasn't seeing things because we all saw it at once, and screamed before running all the way back through the woods to the kids' house. Was probably the one time I feel I actually saw evil or something paranormal that couldn't be explained.
Be me. Driving down the highway at night. My car clock clearly reads 2:39 a.m. My phone does too for confirmation. The moon is out. Basically, a full moon. If any of it is gone, I can't tell. Light on the horizon. The sun? Nearly an hour later, 3:46 a.m., the sun, or just a ball of light. No blue sky or anything. Just the lit road, the moon, and this new ball of light. Try getting my phone to snap a pic. Gone. It's fucking gone.
I have something from when I was in high school. Everyone had a locker together with someone. The kid I had it with lost his keys for the third time that year. Borrowed him mine. Fast forward a few hours. Suddenly, wake up in the middle of a lesson. Lost like 3 hours of time. No memory of it. Stand up. Look weirded out. Everyone's wondering what the fuck I'm doing. Oh shit. Whatever. Maybe I just fell asleep. Next break. Visit the kid who borrowed my key. He looks at me like I'm an idiot, saying that he already gave it to me. Check my wallet. It's fucking there. I don't remember 3 hours of my life for some reason. It has been 6 years since, and nothing like that has happened again. It's the weirdest thing I ever experienced.
Once, back when I was a construction worker, I was tasked with sweeping the hallway. We worked in a hospital, so we needed someone making sure dust didn't travel through the halls. It was my first week, so I got the honor of being the grunt. A few days in, I'm going up and down the same hallway pushing the broom. I won't get into real construction work until the next week. All of a sudden, all the people who were walking by are replaced by new people or disappeared altogether, as a doctor who had just manifested out of thin air puts his hand on my shoulder. "Hey man, are you okay?" a surgeon asks me. "What are you doing here?" That's the point when I realize I'm in a completely different wing of the hospital. I walk back to the other end in a bit of a stupor, trying to realize what actually happened. I later learned that in my boredom of sweeping a single hallway for 8 hours, I had learned how to sleep while walking. Regardless, the way all the people disappeared out of nowhere and the way the setting changed on a dime made me feel like I had just hit some kind of restart button.
Interestingly, all these glitches and coincidences are rather banal and concerning settings and interactions that aren't glorified in any way. First, be a child. Had a hard time growing up, lots of reasons. One night, get really emotional, crying, want to die. Look out of the window because it's nighttime. See only the dark reflection of my inside hallway. In the reflection was a huge figure. Looked very black, like it had horns on its head and shoulders, and a cape, walking slowly towards me down the hallway. Never felt so scared. I turned away quick and ran to the living room to sit with the rest of my family. The fear of seeing this figure that ingrained a fear in me that was hard to shake, to the point I could not look into windows at night for about 10 years afterwards. Second, as a child, my family were so poor even the mice had moved out. It was my birthday, but I got no presents because we were literally broke and we had just run out of food the day before. However, as it was my birthday, my grandfather said he would come see us, but he had to travel hundreds of miles on the train. My father said we would have to walk 15 miles to the train station to meet my grandfather, as we didn't have money for transport. I volunteered to go with him. But about 3 miles into the walk, a friend stops and picks us up, going in the same direction. Because we have spare time, my father asks, "What do I want to do?" I asked to go into the amusement arcade. It was 1991, and I see the Aliens arcade game. I was really obsessed with the Aliens movie, but I think it's a shame I can't play it as my father has no money. However, when I look at the game screen, I notice it has loads of leftover credits. I think I ended up playing for about 30 minutes. Later, we met my grandfather, who gave my parents money, and I had a birthday party too. Third, in my kitchen, and suddenly a wine glass stem broke on its own without being touched. Later, I'm in the kitchen again, and I felt someone was once behind me while I was cleaning with headphones in. Expecting it to be my girlfriend, as no one else lived with us, I spin around quick to grab her for creeping up. Upon spinning around, I find no one there. I was so shocked by it that I couldn't hear the music playing in my ears for about 2 seconds. Fourth, I'm driving late at night with my girlfriend next to me, on a dark, country, bendy road notorious for accidents, people taking the bends too fast. I have the window down and hear a vehicle overtake me and feel the air from it as it passes. But I saw no car or motorbike or headlights. I looked at my girlfriend who had noticed it, who said, "That was weird." What was that?
Oh wow, I have one. Be in high school. Be at a quarry everyone goes cliff diving with a bunch of friends. Walk back to where we all parked with 2 other friends. 3 random girls are in a different friend of ours' car. They broke his window to get in there. We start yelling at them and running towards them. They get in their car and start to drive off. They're far away at this point. I grab a big-ass rock, rear back, and launch it. It actually hits the back windshield, shattering it to pieces. I can't believe that worked. .jpg. Did you guys see that? The 2 other friends were looking at our friend's car, not theirs. Friend calls the cops. I realize I'm a dumbass. The cops show up about 10 minutes later. Ask us to identify the girls. I'm shitting bricks, trying to come up with an excuse. They have the girls pulled over. In their car, their rear window is fully intact. My friends are like, "What the hell? I thought you said you broke it." I swear to God. To this day, I have no idea what happened.
Be about 7 or 8. Sat in my living room watching cartoons. Suddenly my vision goes completely black. Loud ringing in my ears. White light appears in the center of the blackness. Spreads out and thins itself out, making a bright white line going across. Suddenly I envision myself at the center point of this line. Each side closes in, gets bigger like a snowball effect kind of thing. Hits both sides of me at the same time. The impact causes a giant explosion. Everything goes white. Suddenly come back, screaming my lungs out, freaking out, shaking. My mother's got me in some death grip, sat on the floor. My brother's staring at me, terrified. I have no idea what happened. Another one. Be about the same age. My family used to take long walks along a country trail. My house was built nearby. The country trail is built along the edges of a cliffside. My brother sits on the edge of a steep cliff edge, overlooking what I can estimate was around a 300-foot drop. Freak out and tell him to stop it. My mother does the same. He says it's fine. He's not gonna fall as he grips the fence. Ask her if it's all right for me to go and look. She sighs, says it's okay as long as I sit with him, and she props herself behind the fence and grabs both of our collars to catch us if we slip. Sit down and take in the view. My brother makes a joke about pushing me. I get a bit nervous looking over the edge and go to stand up and walk back to the path. A grass clump gives way under my foot, and I fall. I remember rolling down the top side, picking up speed to approach the sheer drop, and I caught a momentary glance of my mother's and brother's faces. My mum's screaming, looked like she was crying too. My brother's face was complete shock. I roll off the drop, fall for what felt like forever, but was probably about 10 seconds or so. See what I'm going to land on. Completely solid rock. Close my eyes and accept my fate. In too much shock to react any other way. Land on my front. Didn't even hurt. Didn't bounce. Didn't even feel like I made an impact. Looked over myself to check if I was dreaming or dead. Cuts all over me from the fall, but otherwise I'm fine. Stand up and see my brother looking down at me. I can assume my mother didn't because she didn't want to see what happened. He shouts, are you okay, Anon?" Look over myself again. No breaks, no pain. Completely fine. Take a long walk around to a place I can start to climb up. Both waiting at the top for me. My mother's in disbelief. I've never actually seen her that happy, and I got ice cream out of it, but once again, I have no idea what happened. She still brings it up to this day. Last one. Be much younger, reaching the point of what I can even remember. I'm thinking 4 or so. My mother had to bring me into her work one day. Spent hours playing with shitty toys in her office. Get bored and walk off. She doesn't notice me. Walk outside and walk around the town a little bit. So many people everywhere. So I turn a corner and stop next to a wall where a man is smoking a cigarette. Get approached by the man, who might I add, had distinctive yellow hair. "Where's your mom?" Quickly respond to him that she's right over there, and I point in a random direction. He snickers and looks over to where I pointed. "Where?" he added. Realize this is one of those strangers I shouldn't talk to. Emotions skyrocket as I feel that I'm about to be kidnapped. Punch the man as hard as I can in the jaw. The man's jaw twists as I feel it lock out of place, and I send him skidding across the ground quite a distance away from me. Look at my hand. Did I just do that? The man groans and stands up, his jaw literally curved to the side. He freaks out and sprints away from me, hearing him going, "Ugh, what the fuck, and groaning painfully. I walk home. My mother busts through the door shortly after looking for me. Clearly mad, I get smacked around a little bit. I told her about it when I got older, but obviously she didn't believe it. Definitely legitimately happened though. You don't forget something like that, no matter how young you are.
Be 8 or so, at Sam's Club with my brothers and mom and dad, buying whatever, see hammocks for sale, got a lounge, swing blissfully for a few minutes, leaving now. Gotta get off. Try to get off the hammock, but being 8, I'm clumsy. Hit my face down on the concrete floor. Second top incisor on the left comes out. Baby tooth, so no big deal. Years later, still have a few baby teeth left. Arguing with my older brother about something. Eventually punches me in the face. First top incisor, don't remember which side, comes out. Somehow managed to swallow the damn thing. Now whenever I bring it up, everyone present in both instances swear that I knocked the first incisor in the hammock scenario, and the second incisor from the punch. I have vivid memories of both places. I remember my dad giving me his handkerchief so I wouldn't drip blood everywhere, and afterwards it took nearly a month for the permanent tooth to come in. I also had the tooth for a long time, but my dad kept it with all the other teeth, and they're now in Tennessee with him, so I can't go and back up my memory. Since I swallowed the other tooth and I sure as hell wasn't going to try and get it back, that one is lost forever. What I figure is that this is either a reality glitch and the memories of both parties are correct, or a bunch of people have worse long-term memories than they think. I know for a fact that my memories are intact. I can replay most traumatic events of my childhood almost as if I was there, and the memories of everyone else are spot on with everything except this tooth business.
I'm working graveyard at a distribution center 'cause I hurt my back doing real work. There are only like 10 people on this shift, mostly other injured people and some suck-ass QA guys going around and shitting on everyone else's work while the building is empty. This night I was making up boxes on the far side of the warehouse from everyone else. It's just where the work I could do was. Pretty much everyone else in the entire building is 400 feet away on the other side of a concrete wall doing other shit. I decide before I get to it I'm gonna get something to snack on, so I go to the break room right by my station and hit up the vending machine for some chips. Go to leave, and the motherfucking door is locked. No one is going to notice I'm gone, and no one is going to have a reason to come into this room for another like 12 hours. With no other option, I hit up the payphone, Cell phones weren't to the point where every single person in the first world had at least one yet. And call. I have no idea what the number to the QA supervisor's office is. It's 12:30 in the goddamn morning. No one is manning the regular phone, so I decide I have to call my mother. I spent all my money on Doritos and she won't accept the charges, so I'm going to have to do a credit card call. Press 0 to call operator. How may I help you? Yeah, I need to make a call and pay by credit card. One moment. Transfer. How may I assist you? Yeah, I need to make a credit card call. And this is where it gets kind of weird. The operator lets out a huge sigh and sounds annoyed as all hell. Hold on. Ring, ring, hello? Yeah, I need to make a call with my credit card. What? I said I need... Anon, this is your mother. Indeed it is, laughing her ass off. Thing is, that transcript is more or less word for word. I never gave my name, never told them who I wanted to call or their phone number, never gave my credit card number to pay. So how did it suddenly connect to my mother? And even though none of you care, she did wind up somehow calling the security guard to let me out. The girl who came by was on her first day, new, and figured she'd lock all the inside doors from the outside after last break on second shift, even though the place runs 24/7.
B in Vienna. Me and my friends decide to travel some kilometers north to play in a Czech casino. We are going with 2 cars because we are 6 people, driving some long-ass trunk road. My buddy in front of me, a driving school teacher, he came with some pretty neat car from there, decides to overtake some car in front of us. I decide to follow. All of a sudden, a truck was maybe 200 meters in front of me, going like 120 kilometers per hour. Freaking out because the dude I'm trying to overtake is right next to me, and I can't get back on that lane. The car right next to me makes a sharp brake. I get back on the safe side of the road. The guy I overtook flashes his high beam. Look in the mirror. No truck to be seen. I lost 120 euros in the casino that night.
I've got 2. Be 16, be in school's choir practice. Regularly sing the school's victory song as a warm-up. I've been made to warm up with this song since 7th grade. Get to the line, "Go you redacted," push right through that line. Receive a strange look from everybody. Half the class doesn't sing and I'm the only tenor who puts any effort into it. That makes it pretty easy to tell when I screw up. Despite the fact that I've been singing this song for 5 years with the word push, the song now uses the word break. I bring it up and everyone I ask says the line has always been, "Break right through that line." I specifically remember rewriting a parody of the song in my agenda, so I check it. Even in the parody I wrote the word is break. Be 20. Be walking over open carpet in my apartment. Sudden sharp pain in my right foot. It feels like I just kicked an anvil. Look down and see that my big toe is bleeding. Upon closer inspection, half the nail is missing. I try to find what I just hit and there's nothing near me. End up with a fractured toe, and I never find the toenail.
This one isn't as extreme as some of the others, but here's mine. Be 10 to 12 years old. Go to sleep on a Saturday. Wake up. Think to myself, oh no, it's Sunday. My family always saved all of the boring shit for Sunday and were too paranoid to leave me alone at home or hire a babysitter, so I always had to follow them. So, as I was saying, wake up, do some stuff. Wonder why I have so much free time. Ask my mom why we aren't doing any boring shit. She replies, "It's Saturday, anon." But here's what's weird. My parents owned a restaurant, and as I've said, they wouldn't let me out of their supervision. But I didn't want to waste Friday nights at a restaurant, so I would stay with my grandparents from Friday to Saturday morning. I could maybe explain going to sleep on Saturday and waking up on Saturday as amnesia or something, but I should have woken up at my grandparents' house if it was a Saturday morning, since I always stayed over at my grandparents' house on Friday nights. I asked my friend about it, and he said, "You experienced a double day. Those are rare." He was only 10 to 12 too, so he probably didn't know what he was talking about. But is there such a thing as a double-day reality glitch?
See this lush fig tree full of ripe fruits, loads of them. Go over to pick a couple, grab one. As soon as I pluck it, I've got ants all over me. A second ago, not a single one in sight, and then they're everywhere. On the tree. Even the little hole on the fruit left after I pulled it off its stub has the little bastards crawling out of it. Confused, I brush them off, go home, eat the fruit. Not so good. Figure it wasn't that ripe. Next day, go back to get more, and the tree was all dried up with cobwebs all over it, like something off a Wes Craven movie. Looked like it had been that way for years. Get nervous when I pass by it now.
Okay, so be me, 24, living with an Aussie roommate. She loves cultural crap, so I bring over some really cool hand-carved teakwood busts of African heritage my mum got from a yard sale. 3 heads, 1 male, 2 female. The woman she got them from did not want them in her house anymore because she felt creeped out. A week after bringing them in, things get weird. Things not where I put them. Hearing knees popping like someone walking, but I'm the only one home. Occasional sensation that someone is really close. Blowing like they are blowing out candles. Feeling on the back of my neck. Quick, sharp blow. I face the heads, threaten to use them as firewood. Everything weird stops.
I was at my job as a cashier. I had deja vu and stated, "I'm having the strongest deja vu. I recognized the lady I was ringing out. My coworker was standing behind me as I recalled. The lady hands me a bottle of shampoo. I see that it has a coupon on it. I know I'm having deja vu for sure now. I tell her this coupon doesn't work. I take the coupon off. Scan it, doesn't work. Scan again, doesn't work. Put it in manually, doesn't work. Turns out it's out of date. Nobody around me acknowledges that I'm having deja vu. They make no reply to the things I'm saying, like I'm not even saying them. Continue to have deja vu. The lady leaves. I keep the coupon in my back pocket. I still have the coupon because I feel that the instance of deja vu was not typical. For the past 2 weeks, I have been having the most intense existential crisis. I think the object is linked to some dimensional paradox of some kind, and I'm having some kind of interaction with a space-time anomaly. I want to try meditating on the object, afraid it might open the door to another dimension, afraid it might be the catalyst to a mental break. I really feel like the object is a dimensional anomaly.
I hope that you enjoyed tonight's broadcast. If you enjoyed tonight's story, then please subscribe to the channel as more Greentext will appear daily. A new broadcast will appear when the clock strikes midnight Central Time.